But it does point out something that I reported on in my column, which is that you've got these ideological open borders zealots in the Justice Department who do not care about the rule of law and the letter of the law. That's why you've got these renegades like Thomas Perez, who's the Assistant Attorney General and the head of the Civil Rights Division, who has spent his entire life lobbying for undermining immigration enforcement. He's somebody who supported sanctuary cities, who wanted driver's licenses for illegal aliens, in-state tuition for illegal aliens, and guess what? He's a dime a dozen in that dirty DOJ.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit more. We're going to get into this in more detail in our next segment of the program here tonight, but I think this is important. Stephen King, Congressman King, raised a good question, and it was on Human Events. Is the Department of Justice playing racial politics? And very specifically, and we'll talk more about this, the new Black Panther Party, they show up in military garb at a polling place on Election Day in 2008 using racial epithets, beating their batons. It's all caught on videotape here. And at the highest level of the Justice Department, they decided not to pursue this case, which I can't for the life of me figure out. So, if you put the two cases together, do you think racial politics are being played at the Justice Department?
No question about it. And thank God for J. Christian Adams, the whistleblower at the Justice Department, who was involved in this case from the get-go. I've been reporting on what happened with the new Black Panther Party since November 2, 2008, when they were thugs there. And I think it's of a piece, these two cases, that you have a corruptocrat Justice Department that is defying the will of the people and running roughshod over the justice that it is supposed to protect.
Yeah. All right, but let's add one other case to this mix, because I don't know, and I want your overall thoughts on the attitude of Obama's government in that sense, the government that he has put together, the people that he has put in place. We're now told in this interview by the head of NASA. Now, I always thought NASA was about sending people to the moon and maybe pursuing Mars and Venus, the planet of love. You know, that's what I always thought NASA's mission was. He says in an interview to Al Jazeera, of all places, that the president told him his foremost task was to reach out, to find ways to reach out to the Muslim world and also Muslim nations to help them feel good about their historic contributions to science and math and engineering. When we put these three issues together, immigration, this case with the new Black Panther Party, and the foremost mission of the head of NASA, what do you conclude?
Well, what we conclude is that this administration puts identity politics, pandering to America haters and people who do not believe in the sovereignty of our country above our own national interests. And, you know, the NASA thing is so astonishing. It is beyond parody, although on my website today at michellemalkin.com, I've got readers who have redesigned the NASA logo to incorporate this Muslim pandering. What's amazing about that case, as it is with the other cases that we're talking about, and it's good that we're threading them together, is they're not backing down one bit. They're unapologetic about their far-left radicalism, and I believe that they are going to pay a price for it come November and in 2012.
So you think there's going to be a price to pay? You think people are paying enough attention to these three issues?
Well, you know what? If it were up to the mainstream media, we wouldn't know a thing about it. Thank God for talk radio, your show, Fox News, and the blogosphere, because otherwise the people would be left in the dark.
All right, Michelle, and for your website, michellemalkin.com. Michelle, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.